This is a motorbike. This is a Kawasaki H2 something. It's one of the green ones with a supercharger. It's been crashed and my job is to figure out how to fix it. I have a rough idea to add a bit of, what's the word?
Challenge?
No, drama. We're going to pretend I don't know how to fix it, and we're going to have to do an engine repair as well. One thing we're going to really try and avoid is taking the loom out and taking the ABS out, because this is a project bike. I'm just doing the welding and the spraying for the customer, and he doesn't really have the time or the kit to be removing all that stuff. So I have been requested, if possible, leave the engine and leave the loom intact.
But why, Bob? Why put yourself through this misery and pain?
That's the challenge. These engines are rare as rocking horse shit, so what we're going to do is cover as much as we can with this aluminium foil tape. We're doing it this way instead of taking the engine out because, as I said, the customer doesn't have the time or the facilities to be removing engines. He also doesn't want to pay me to take the engine out. It's just a really time-consuming job, so we're just going to work around it, do the best we can. So when I cut through this tube, it relieved a load of the stress from the crash. You notice that the way the front section of the frame moved forward, and it went with a big bump. But that's good news for us. It's showing that everything else is still in square and the frame is just relaxed into where it should be. The big problem is the bolt that I need to take the frame off is trapped within this crushed piece of tube. That's not too much of a problem. I'll just cut down the sides here and open it up a little bit. Hopefully I'll be able to get a tool in to cut the head off the bolt and remove it. So this is real bad. I wasn't expecting this. Where it's been impacted is snapped the engine. So that you would usually mean head off, but I'm pretty sure I can do a repair around here. What I'll do is I'll knock out all the shitty material, the broken bits, and then we'll start to file the paint away and open up that hole as much as I can without going through into the oil or water jackets on the inside of the engine. Now we know everything that needs doing, we can start cleaning. I spend most of my life cleaning aluminium. It has to be spotless clean before we start welding it. So I go straight in with a die grinder and I start to remove all the damaged and corroded material. I also remove as much of the paint and thread lock and anything else that might have had some sort of contaminant on it. We're going to start welding it. So I've got my trusty 4043 rod. Weld in here with the 4043 rod first, because the 4043 rod is good at sticking to the cast. And then we're going to put 5356 on top of that. It's a different grade of aluminium. It's harder, it's better for threading, and gives a nicer finish, easier to machine. Day two in it. So I've cut all the pipes and tubes away and I've repaired the engine bit, repaired all that. So I'm going to start making the bosses to go on here and might do a bit of the tubing tonight as well. Because I'm a fucking idiot, I totally forgot to record the bit where I bent the tube. But what I did get is how I made the bosses to go onto the engine mounts. I grabbed the old engine mounts and I cut the flat plates off them, and then I just made some new tubes to go on the front of it. Nipped up the flat plates onto a bolt because I can't hold the flat plate any other way. I used the lathe just to skim off all the old paint and crap and crappy old welds. This is a live center. Spins, keeps this stable. Because I'm going to be cutting in there. It's going to get all not stable. So I'm going to weld it now. I've got over the pipe and I've got my welds taken off the old spacers. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. Finished machining this now. It's very square. Don't know if I like it. Doesn't really fit. However, it is behind everything else. So now I've got the bosses made. I put all the pipes in, got everything ready. My camera died in the middle and I didn't know it. But here we are now. It's gone really, really well. Really well. I'm very happy so far. Very happy, very happy. So I've done the first few welds there now. Looking good, happy, confident, woo, tired. Flex tools. That is finished. Knackered and filthy dirty. It's about 5 AM. So I'm gonna primer it and get the steel prepped for the paint that's to go on it. Oh, why do I do this? So the step before we gloss over it with lacquer is to put this Kawasaki green on. I love this color. It's such a, just a Kawasaki thing. They've really nailed it with the H2 series. If you want to learn skills like this, remember the machine shop is all about teaching skills and not just like online. If you're interested in doing this sort of stuff yourself, just have a look at our website and see what we offer. Come down. Things I'm not happy with. This weld is a little bit lumpy, but you know, we're just matching it to what Kawasaki have been doing. That's that job all done now. Customer collects tomorrow. I'm gonna have a quick tidy up and a wash, and then I'm going to go to the airport because I'm flying to France. All in all, I'd say spot on. The next job we've got in the workshop is for our good friend Dips. He's brought in a broken cylinder head and he wants me to see what I can do to fix it. Like somebody's drilled a bit too deep into the head, trying to remove a stud, pierce the water jacket. So I'm gonna cut across there and down there and dig all that out and then re-weld it up this way. First thing I want to do is get it onto my mill safely. I don't want to be scratching anything because whoever's done the machine work has actually done a very, very nice job. I do like it. Cut in through the mounting face and remove all the old damaged material. So I've got it up in the mill. Now I'm going to bolt it down nice and safe. I don't want to scratch this. Whoever's decked the head before did a really good job of it. Tightening things down takes most amount of time. It's actually quite a creative process. I use a ball-nosed end mill just to take out all the old material that I don't want. I have to get it good and clean inside or I can't put any weld down. I spray on a bit of lube from time to time just to stop the aluminium chips sticking to the end mill. Now I've got all the machine work done, I can cover it in this aluminium foil before I start to blow the chips off. I don't want the chips getting into the oil galleries and other bits and pieces. They're going to get in anyway, but we want to limit the amount. I use a die grinder just to clean around the surfaces that I'll be welding near so it doesn't draw in any contamination. Now I can start the TIG welding. This is aluminium TIG welding, this is my favourite. Nice and clean, really satisfying when it goes well. Now all the welding's done, it's back to the mill to cut off any extra material that we don't need. We're going to swap over from the bullnose cutter over to the straight end mill and we're going to use that to cut vertically across the side of the engine. The goal here is not to remove 100% of the material, just 99% of the material. I'll hand finish the rest of it because this needs to be polished perfectly flat. You can see all the marks here left by the end mills. This needs to be gas tight so we can't risk those marks being there. Put my Flex Delta sander with a 2000 grit sandpaper on it and then I finish it perfectly flat. I've grabbed myself a piece of aluminium foil tape with the backing still on it. I've pressed it over the adjacent exhaust port, rubbed it with my finger just to take a pattern that I then can transfer onto the exhaust port that I'm working on. Then I can center pop it and start drilling. Now this is a divisive method. I've been tapping like this for a very long time and I've had more successes with this than I've had with a tap and handle. always use a drill. Always use a drill, never your tapping handle. We'll check if it fits. Oh, look at that. Brilliant, love it.
It's now 20 to 6. That's that job done. I'm really happy with it. Time to clean up and have a shower and go to bed. Good night.